You know, the idea of being a professional YouTuber, for millions of people, it really is the modern dream. It's a career that, you think about it, barely even existed 2 decades ago. But behind all the flashy thumbnails and the huge subscriber numbers, there's a complex and, honestly, often brutal economy at play. So today, we're going to peel back that curtain and really look at the numbers, the dream versus the reality, starting with just the immense scale of this digital world.
First things first, we have to get our heads around the sheer number of people we're talking about. By 2026, it's estimated there will be 69 million people making content on YouTube. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's more than the entire population of the United Kingdom. It is a global stage of a size we've never seen before.
And that really brings us to the heart of the matter. You've got 69 million creators, all competing for views, for attention, for ad dollars. So how many of them can actually turn this passion into a full-time job? That's the question we're here to unpack.
Now, before we dig into what an individual creator can earn, we have to understand the size of the economy they're operating in. And as we're about to see, the YouTube pie isn't just big, it's absolutely colossal.
According to its parent company, Alphabet, YouTube brought in over $60 billion in 2025. That's 60 billion with a B. This isn't just some website, it's a media empire with an economy larger than that of many countries.
And that $60 billion? It's being generated from ads and subscriptions spread across more than 115 million channels. Every single one of them, from the tiny ones with just a handful of subscribers to the ones with millions, they're all part of this ecosystem. But, and this is a big but, the way the viewers and the money are distributed is anything but even.
Okay, what's so fascinating about this is how clearly it shows the structure of YouTube. It is a classic power law distribution, a perfect pyramid. You can see you've got over 10 million channels with at least 1,000 subscribers, but then that number just plummets. At the very top, you've got just over 15 channels with more than 100 million subscribers. It's an incredibly steep climb.
So, let's talk about the people who have made that climb. The ones at the very, very top of that pyramid. For them, the dream isn't just a reality, it's a massive, multi-million-dollar business.
And at the absolute pinnacle, there's one person who really defines modern YouTube success. Jimmy Donaldson, who pretty much the entire world knows as Mr. Beast. And this chart just brilliantly shows how dominant he is. I mean, look at this. With 457 million subscribers, he has more than the next 2 biggest individual creators combined. He's not just in a league of his own, he's basically playing a different sport altogether. And as you'd expect, that kind of dominance translates into just staggering earnings. We're talking an estimated $85 million a year. And get this, according to Forbes, 54 million of that comes directly from YouTube ad revenue alone. This is the absolute peak of the creator economy.
And while he is certainly an outlier, he's not completely alone up there. When you look at this list of top earners, you see others like Darman and Jake Paul, who are also pulling in tens of millions of dollars. For this tiny, elite group, YouTube is an unbelievably lucrative business.
Okay, so that's the dream. That's the view from the top of the pyramid. But now we have to pivot. We have to travel all the way down to its massive, sprawling base and look at the financial reality for the vast majority of those 69 million creators.
So, where's that leave everyone else? If this tiny fraction of a percent is earning tens of millions, what does the bottom line actually look like for the millions and millions of others just trying to get a foothold? You know, there is this comment in a Reddit discussion that just puts it perfectly. It's like professional sports. There are thousands of amazing high school and college players who will never make it to the NBA simply because the number of available spots is limited. It's the same thing with YouTube. No matter how much talent is out there, there are only so many slots at the very top. To really understand how creator pay works, you need to know this one term, RPM. It stands for revenue per mil, or revenue per thousand. This is the key metric. It's the actual amount of money a creator earns for every 1,000 views on their video after YouTube has taken its share.
And here is the single most important part of this whole equation. Not all views are worth the same amount of money. Not even close. Why? Well, it all comes down to the advertisers. A view on a video about personal finance is worth way more to a bank or an investment firm than a view on a gaming video is to a snack company. They're willing to pay a premium to reach that specific audience.
And that difference is just laid bare right here. Look at this incredible range. 1,000 views on a low-performing YouTube short might earn you a single penny. A single penny. But 1,000 views on a video about, say, digital marketing could earn you $20. The niche you pick basically sets the financial ceiling for your channel.
Let's make that even more real. Say a creator gets 1 million views on a short. With a low RPM, they might make just $10 for all that work. Now take another creator in a high-value finance niche. For the exact same number of views, 1 million, they could make $20,000. It is a world of difference. So, this brings us to our final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle. In this whole economy of big dreams and often harsh realities, there's one player in the game who has engineered the system to make sure they always come out on top. So how does the platform do it? Well, it all starts with something called the YouTube Partner Program, or YPP. Remember those 69 million creators we talked about? It turns out only about 3 million of them are actually in this program. That means only about 4% of all creators on the entire platform are even eligible to earn a share of ad revenue.
And this is where it gets really interesting. A few years back, YouTube updated its terms of service with this little line. It says that if a creator is not in the partner program, YouTube can still put ads on their videos, but that creator won't receive any share of the revenue.
Think about what that really means. YouTube can run ads on videos from the 96% of creators who aren't in the partner program, and it gets to keep 100% of the money. So whether an individual creator makes it big or not, the platform has created a system where it can generate revenue from their work anyway. Which leaves us with one final big question. In a $60 billion economy with millions of creators all chasing a dream, but in a system where the platform itself can profit from everyone's work no matter what, who do you think truly holds the power?